Hi Ben, so this is the first of the videos I said I'd make for you. Excuse me, quick swig of coffee first. Still a ridiculously early time in the morning for a musician. Yes, what I'll do, I'll throw in a few other elements in here, just to kind of bits of revision and to remind you of things that we talked about in the lessons, just to feed into all of the other musical disciplines and stuff that we've talked about, which will help you in your grade 4 and beyond. Apologies, I'm using my digital because my piano downstairs is due to be tuned soon and I don't want to risk, I think it's slightly out, so if you try and play along on your keyboard, on your digital piano with a slightly out of tune piano, it won't sound very pretty together, so I'm using this because I know this is in tune. So this video will look at the first bit of Hallelujah, I Love Her So, the Ray Charles song. I said to do this in 5-bar chunks, but with this first video I'm going to do the whole of the first page, even though that's 9 bars instead of 10. Reason being, the start of page 2 is kind of the start of a new section. So rather than, you know, bolt on the very first bit of another section, I'll just kind of keep it in these 2 chunks. So the first bit will deal with up to the last bar on the second line, and then the second bit will deal with the rest of page 1. So we'll go through rhythm, we'll go through at different speeds, all kinds of stuff. Before you do that though, just to sort of throw them in there, I want you to turn the page a few pages over and look at your scales, and we're going to start with the E major scale and just have a play through that before you practice. Always, you know, throw some scales, arpeggios in here and there just to kind of keep them fresh. So nice and slow E major scale. When you're ready, start with me. We're going to go at this kind of speed. Okay, ready? Here we go. And now pause the video, go through that a couple of times, and hopefully you've turned the video back on because I'm not so that annoying. And now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it swung. Good stuff. Next, try in contrary motion. I should have said that was swung as well, but you know how to play that in straight 8s as well. Just so after you've had a few minutes of binging on those different E major scales, so similar motion, contrary motion, straight and swung, we're good to go with Hallelujah, which annoyingly is in a completely different key, but just to kind of, you know, just keep all these elements there. So this first section, I'm going to send you a link as well to a video of a guy playing it really well, and the advantage of his video is you can actually see down onto the keyboard as he plays it. And one thing to notice is how still his hands are when he's doing it. So there are some leaps in this, that's for sure, but it's surprising how much of it you can do with your hands fairly sort of in one place on the keyboard. And that's true for this whole first section. So I'm going to play the first 5 bars, well really 4.5 because the first bar is only a half bar. Really slowly, and then join in with me on the second time round, and I'm going to put a marker on this video so that you can keep sending the video back to where I start playing it and you can play along with me. Okay, here goes. And it wants a slight swing to this. 1 and 2. Okay, so that's just the first little bit to work on. Here it is again. Okay, once you've worked on that a little bit, like I say, hopefully using these videos to sort of, go back and just, practice sort of playing along with me. I'm not worried about going fast at this stage, so I'll do other videos later where I'll play it a bit faster. And so on, but we'll kind of work up to that. If you get it rhythmically really secure at a modest tempo, then ramping up the speed is much easier. But when you play that, I want you to watch your hands and try and stay as still as possible. Okay, on to the second section then. So this is from just after where I just played up to the end of the page, which is kind of the rest of the introduction, I guess. So with the counting and with this swing counting, to get a really good swing count, rather than going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you're better off delaying the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that gives you a really good swing count, because remember what you're doing in swing is you're splitting the beats in half, but they're not equal halves. The first half of the beat is longer and the second half of the beat is shorter, hence 1 and 2 and 3. So the number bit, the stuff that's on the beat, gets longer, and the and bit doesn't get as much time. So forgive me if I make some mistakes, it's sight reading, but I'll go through that section now really slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 apologies, there was a wrong note in that second to last bar. So very much sort of, there's a lot that's off the beat here. If you look at the page, I think pretty much all of the quaver chords are on the and beats, they're on the off beats. So let's go through that again really slowly, and I'll put a marker on the video from here so that you can play along with me. Ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and I was exaggerating the ands there, hopefully to kind of give you a bit more of a sense of the beat. Let's go through that one more time. Ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. No, sorry, that was wrong. Let's start that bit again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool. Last thing I'll say on this video, I'm going to just try and get the score a bit close for this. What I would like you to do, go through this second section, and I want you to mark, in fact a good thing to do would be to take a photocopy and use a colouring pencil or something for this, I would. I want you to mark all the chords which come on the off beats, so that come on the and. So in this section, the left hand octaves, the F, that's on beat 1. This first right hand chord, that's on beat 2, so that's all fine. But this next chord, the two-handed chord, what is it? That is on an off beat, so that's on account of and. So colour that in. In the next bar, so this bar here, both of these are actually on the count of and. So colour those both in as well. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then in this next bar, it's pretty straightforward. All of the chords are on the beats. 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and so no colouring in there. Then in this last bar, first chord is on the beat, 1 and 2, but then the next two chords are on off beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, if you see what I mean. And just having that colour code will hopefully kind of help you, because when you're saying the ands, that's when you should be playing the coloured in chords. Okay, happy practicing.